Hi there, I'm Sean. This is Turning Up the Volume, and welcome back, viewers. Can you feel the change in the air? I can feel the winds shifting. That was huge when Trump won the election. That was big. That was real big. And that was the start of something new. I don't know how conservatives, how the right, we're going to take that. If Kamala, if a Biden admin round 4 of the DNC was going to continue again, what that would have done to our culture. Resentment's been building, and conservatives have been so maligned and under attack and struggling with fear and finding courage, and we've had so many voices speaking out. Of course, people like Charlie Kirk here on YouTube, people like Jordan Peterson. I really love his videos, and he's been a real encouragement over the years. You know, and many more. But the winds really changed with the Trump win and has really encouraged us. And then with the tragic loss of Charlie Kirk, I keep mentioning on here because it's just been so powerful what it's done to our country and around the world. You can feel even more of it. You see people making videos about leaving the left. I was just reading comments from J.K. Rowling, and as far as the back and forth with her and Emma Watson, and how it looks like she's noticing like Emma Watson's little sort of pseudo apology, something there could likely be instigated by noticing the winds of public opinion changing. It would seem that sanity, a return to sanity and dialogue, is perhaps winning. A return to conservative values is perhaps gaining steam in the West, and I'm hopeful about that because things never should have gotten so off the rails. It's valuable to have a counterpoint. It's valuable to have various opinions in our nation, in Western nations. Like, that's part of the freedom that we have. That there's going to be people who are more, let's say, there's more fundamental kind of Christians, or more purity focused and things like that, and more liberal leaning Christians on the other side, right? There's diverse opinions within religion. There's diverse opinions across different faiths, and we have room for that. And at the same time, the divisions from the left ended up becoming just so incredibly divisive. Things like how we view the world becoming so stretched and fundamentally different, where we're being told to not believe our very own eyes, basically, to not trust things that are quite established, while also being told, bizarrely, to just blindly trust the medical establishment while they can't tell us what a woman is. So I'm encouraged, and what I wanted to say today is, and maybe I'll talk about this more in another video. I can only get so many thoughts out while my mind is driving and thinking, but there's all kinds of people turning from the left and joining the right, and I would encourage those who are coming from the left to keep searching yourselves, keep learning about conservative values, about the perspectives we have on economics and government. Go read books from people like Thomas Sowell, Intellectuals in Society, Basic Economics, things like that. Learn about the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence and the founding documents of our country, and why these things are the way they are, and why capitalism works and why socialism doesn't. Like, keep challenge yourself to keep going with it. I don't need everybody in the world to be conservative, and being conservative is a big wide tent, and if you had a country that was all conservatives, we'd end up disagreeing on the next thing, and there would be different parties. And I mean, when it comes down to it, like, no two people are going to agree about everything. Like, there's always going to be that. But it would be nice for us to be more united as a nation and a people, to be way more on the same page, where nobody's being called a Nazi, and nobody is wanting an authoritarian state. I mean, our country was not founded to be a new country of king or kings, of one bureaucrat 1,000 or 4,000 miles away, or 4,000 bureaucrats right here locally, right? And I think some of the left-right divide is the fact that our state and federal governments have gotten so big, especially the federal government. I mean, millions of employees, trillions of dollars in budgets, and trillions of dollars in budget overruns. And we get tracked everywhere we go, right? The Patriot Act allowed the government so much more leeway. And so we live under, in so many ways, we already live under a sort of dystopian police state. And Republicans claim to be for shrinking the government, and then they don't do it. There's a lot of bitterness within conservatism, within people on the right, about how Republican politicians can often say one thing and then not do it, and then when they get power, they end up not seeming to use it to push for the values that they stand for. So I encourage Republican politicians and lawmakers to stand for what you claim to stand for, and do the hard things and make the hard decisions. If you want smaller government, stronger states' rights, smaller federal government, smaller budgets, focusing more on the things that are established in the Constitution. Like, if you're going to be for that, like, be for that, and speak about it and vote according to that, and make those hard decisions. Because the only way out of this mess of the 30-something trillion dollars of debt that our country is in, and the like hundreds of trillions or something in financial liabilities, is going to be through hard decisions. And those who are staying on the left are going to use that as an excuse for socialism, as an excuse for social unrest. They want the free money coming in. Yeah, I mean, what's there more to say about that? Well, I suppose I could say a lot about that, but I won't say any more about that because that would take me down a rabbit hole. So you're coming over from the left to the right. Don't stay in the shallow end of the pool. Don't let this be a one decision sort of thing. Don't let it, just the callousness you saw on the left or the hypocrisy, be enough to get you here, only to hold on to maybe many of your liberal conceptions. Challenge those things and keep going. And of course, you have a right to disagree. You have a right to disagree. We're going to disagree with each other. I love seeing hearty debate. I love going online and seeing hearty debate between conservatives, and you know, we can disagree. There's plenty to disagree about, and that's great. That's great. We don't have to hate each other for it. We can get along. We can passionately disagree, and then go out and have a drink together or whatever. Go hang out. You know, okay, we talked about the politics. Okay, we disagree on this thing. You know, we all have our like golden goose issue. Maybe I'm not thinking the right word. You know, we have topics we feel passionately about, and for whom we may disagree about. And things are rarely black and white. But we welcome you, but also encourage you to keep going with it. Keep coming to the deep end of the pool. So to anyone watching this, thank you for stopping by, and please like and subscribe. And I'm just gonna keep and my brain's always churning with ideas of things to talk about. So every day has new things in the news and new things going on. So I plan to keep going with this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.